And welcome everybody to University of Tampa men's basketball. Jack Ike along with two-time Hall of Famer DeCarlo DeVoe. It is the Tampa Classic Holiday Tournament. Tampa getting ready to take on North Georgia, the Nighthawks. We'll have our national anthem and then get you the starting lineups right after this. The Tampa Spartans come in with a 2-7 record. North Georgia, the Nighthawks come in 7-1. DeCarlo, I guess one of the good things about the 2-7 mark, they're 2-1 in conference play. This, though, is a non-conference game.
Right. But we got to get a win, though, Jack.
One of the wins Tampa did come up with was a win over Embry-Riddle in a game kind of similar to this, a team that had a really good record, and Tampa took them down. Starting lineups for today's game for North Georgia. They will start number 3, Case Roach, a 6'5 sophomore from Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Number 10 is Hunter Schedenheim. He is a 6'5 junior from Pinkerton, Ohio. Number 13 is Sutton Smith, a 5'11 guard from Alpharetta, Georgia. Then number 15, Greg Billups. Billups is a 6'5 sophomore from Freehold, New Jersey. And the number 5 and the last player in the starting lineup is the leading scorer for the Nighthawks, Frank Champion, a 6'7 sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia. He has a brother, Chase Champion, also on the team. Head coach, Dan Evans, assistant coach, Adam Blake, and Ben Casanova. For the Tampa Spartans, they will start number 10, DeAndre Harvey, a 6'1 sophomore from Daytona Beach, Florida. Number 23 is Jonathan Bryant Jr., and he is a senior, 6'3 from Orange Park, Florida. Number 3 is Jacob Harris. Jake Harris, a 6'8 junior from Ackworth, Georgia. Number 32 in the middle is Tyson Lato. He is a 6'7 sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. And in the middle, number 24, Yarden Willis, a transfer grad student from Roswell, Georgia, by way of Binghamton University. He is 7 feet. So this is our first opportunity. This is our first opportunity to watch Yarden Willis. We went and saw him play USF in a game. He was not available. And a couple weeks ago, he was also not available, so it's going to be nice to see the transfer from Binghamton play. Give the Spartans a little height advantage going into this game. Right. Willis, number 24, Spartans wearing white. They will be moving left to right. And the tip, Spartans control. That's DeAndre Harvey.
North Georgia looks like they're going to trap and pressure that high pick and roll by UT. I guess they've watched some film and, everything's well scouted.
Lato, nice bank shot. Spartans on the board, 2-zip.
Right, he took his time, went up and knocked it in.
Billups to the corner. That's Champion. Trying to back down Harris. Pumps, fakes, puts it up and in. Champion, averaging 17.9 a game, is the leading scorer for the Nighthawks. 3 players averaging in double digits.
Yeah, Jacob Harris got caught on a switch.
Slam dunk.
He's not giving up anything in height with Harris, but with Champion, but he's given up about 20 to 30 pounds in weight.
Willis, 7-footer up top, looking for someone. Finds Jonathan Bryant. Long 3 on the way. Looks strong, it is. Willis fights for it, but controlled by Smith. Sutton Smith quickly pushes it up court. Lato disrupts the pass. Skip pass to the side. And kind of a weird transition there, but they still have the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Way out up top. Shedenhelm to the corner. 3 on the way. Good.
I'd like to see UT on this possession go back inside to either Lato or Big Yarden and kind of establish the inside dominance.
That's Lato. Lost the ball. Gets it back. Willis. Fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Taken away. North Georgia Nighthawks. That's Billups. And just lost the ball out of bounds. Spartans ball. Backcourt pressure. Harvey to Bryant. Spartans have about 2 seconds to get it over the line. They're not going to get it. The 10-second violation.
See, and this is one of the things that we spoke about earlier, Jack, prior to the start of this game. It's the point guard play, and if you don't have that one floor general, you have to do it collectively by being sharp and crisp. And knowing that you only have 10 seconds to get that ball across, everybody has to be hustling to be the recipient of a pass to get it over. You can't walk it up, especially when a team is pressing.
Shedenhelm missing that one. Spartans up court. That's Harvey.
Pressure off the high pick and roll.
Lato double teamed when he goes low. To the corner. Bryant, ball fake. Harris. Shot clock at 10. Back to Bryant, stolen. And another turnover by the Spartans. Lofted high, and fortunately they return the favor. Will come back the other way.
Yeah, of the 4 turnovers that UT has, I don't think any of them have really been forced.
No.
3 throwing the ball away and 1 on a 10-second violation.
Bryant sees the double team. Harvey across the timeline. Harris. Bryant. Harvey for 3. No good. Rebound Smith. Or Shedenhelm, I should say. Champion drives, kicks it out. 3 on the way by Smith. Good. Spartans scored the first basket, have given up the next 10, trailing 10-2, less than 4 minutes into the game.
They got to get aggressive, get something going to the hole or a post up to stop this bleeding, because it's been a 10-0 run by North Georgia.
Willis, his jumper's a little off. Rebounded by Roach. Spinning in the lane, blocked by Willis.
Good block by Yarden. He's, holding down the paint defensively.
Bryant, no good. Spartans cold after getting a bank shot from Lato early. Off the fast break, and they just beat him down court. And a timeout. Richard Smith and the Spartans, 12-2, North Georgia on top. We'll take a break and be right back right after this. 12-2, North Georgia on top of the Spartans, and we're 4.5 minutes into this game. Spartans had a 2-0 lead and have given up 12 in a row since. 4 turnovers already for Tampa, 2 by North Georgia. By the way, the earlier game today, Flagler beat Eckerd 79-65. Tampa will play Flagler tomorrow night at 7. Eckerd will play this North Georgia team. Willis.
Yeah, talking about that game, Eckerd, they've kind of fallen from the grace of being tops in the conference, so they're steadily trying to work their way back up to where they previously
Shot clock
were.
running out, and a shot clock violation.
And that's, once again, due to the point guard play of the Spartans. When that shot clock gets down to about 12 seconds, you should be going to, a quick hit play.
Yeah, and somebody needs to be aware of it.
Around the perimeter.
That'll be another turnover. A drive, up, no good. Lato boards. Harvey. Willis. Cutting Bryant.
Use your athleticism.
In the lane, back out. Willis, and that may be offensive. It is. Willis threw out the elbow.
It was a great sell by the defender champion, but nevertheless, he did stand his ground. Now, looking at the lineup, we noticed that a perennial starter this season, Micah Brown, is not. He's not even on the bench or dressed out today, so he's probably ailing from some contagious.
He's been battling injuries.
Yeah. So his leadership will be missed today.
3 on the way. Willis, nice box out with the rebound. Spartans need a bucket. They've gone now 6 minutes without one.
I'd say, I think it's mainly due to the Spartans' attack. It's not really, I don't want to discredit North Georgia, but I think it's more so the Spartans than the defense of North Georgia.
Shot clock to 6. Lato loose another turnover. Lato dribbling in traffic there. To the corner. Shot on the way. And another 3. This one by Bethea, just in the lineup. Mikhail Bethea, 6'1" junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. And it's 15-2 and a 15-0 run. Harvey, Harris, he puts up a 3. Good. Wondered why he didn't look the first couple times he had that shot out there. He can do it. 15-5.
He can fill it up from out there. We're going to have to find him some more looks.
Inside to Champion, trying to post up Lato. Fade away, off the glass, rebound Lato.
Hopefully that 3 will help the Spartans to come alive. Establish yourself, big guy.
Finally, they get Willis on the block. Turns around, left-handed jump hook in.
I'd like to see a lot more of that inside-outside game.
That's the first time they got him the ball down in the post.
Yeah, he's been on the perimeter a little too much.
White, back outside. 3 on the way. Bastianoni, just in the lineup. Giancarlo Bastianoni, 6'8", from Sharpsburg, Georgia. Lato finds Bryant, free throw line jumper.
Yes.
And Willis
send it in, big
with a nice rebound.
Good follow.
So the Spartans have answered with a 7-0 run and have cut the lead to 6. And a steal by Tampa. Harvey comes out of the pack. Looking for Bryant. And Lays it in over the rim.
Yeah, it wasn't the finish he wanted. He probably wanted to dunk it in, but nevertheless, it was a nice acrobatic.
That's pretty good body control to be able to adjust on that one.
Great.
15-11. Champion trying to drive on Harris. Up and in. Pretty good defense by Harris, but Champion got it. He's got 6. Willis, bounce to Lato, turns in the lane, gets it back. I'm not sure why they stopped play, but they did. What did they call? It'll be, well, they're stopped for a media timeout, but I didn't see what happened to warrant the stoppage. We'll take a break and be right back. TampaSpartans.tv.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Yeah, we know it. 17-11. North Georgia up on Tampa. Tampa has cut it to 6. It was 15 not too long ago. North Georgia with the ball. 7-1 record on the year. Shot clocked at 10. Bounces it outside.
Good challenge.
Schedenheim knocks it down, and he has hit a couple threes. (20 to 11). Into Lato, free throw line. Facing Willis, turn around, off the glass, no good.
He has to make that. He's down in point blank range.
Yep. Bethea drives the lane, kicks it out. Smith inside, pass inside, taken away by Willis. Harvey to the other end. It's either going to be a travel or a foul. Take your pick.
You call the foul.
Okay.
I don't think it's shooting, though.
Just the first foul on North Georgia. Tampa only has 1. This game started about 30 minutes late. The Flagler-Eckerd game went really long. Harvey. Spartans now get Brown, or a couple guys in the lineup. Jesse White with the ball. Bryant Brown.
Yeah, they've
tried to bounce it inside
because they're doubling that high pick and roll. They're taking it away.
Jesse White transferring in from Wyoming. Bryant Brown guarding the ball right now is a ball player from Waukegan, Illinois. And a nice steal by White. White, known as a pretty good scorer in the junior college ranks, gets fouled on his way up.
I'll tell you this, one thing that White did, he read that play very well, because when the player drives from the opposite baseline and is tightrope in the baseline, his vision is very limited. And White, he took the one pass away that the North Florida player could see.
Jesse White to the free throw line. He's from Portland, Oregon, but came from Central Wyoming College, a junior college.
Yeah, that's far west. That's northwest.
Yep. Beautiful country.
That's home of the Oregon Ducks, Oregon State Badgers.
Oregon State Beavers.
Beavers, my bad. No,
Yep.
You're the Badgers.
I'm the Badgers.
Sorry. and the Portland Trail Blazers also.
Yep. Ball out of bounds. Tampa will get the ball. (20-13). Tampa down 7. Little floater. Nice job. So Shedenhelm knocks down another one, and he's got 5. 22-13.
9-point deficit by the Spartans. I'll tell you this North Georgia team, they came to compete and play and try to win a game. But I'll tell you this, once the Spartans settle down, they've shown that they can score. They can run with this team. It's just about securing the possessions, not turning the ball over, as they currently have 8 turnovers, and getting good shots.
Brown, a little strong on the free throw. Bryant Brown, prolific scorer in high school. Just, if you ask me, just needs some playing time. Kind of get the game to slow down for him.
Yeah, he was on a 2.5 year.
Yeah, a couple injuries, injured late I think either late in high school or shortly after high school. Then hurt his knee again after he got to Tampa. Willis back in the lineup, Lato out. Spartans with some backcourt pressure. They get it inside to Shedenhelm, who turns it over to White. White guarded by White on that possession. Champion. Shedenhelm missing that one. Rebound, Jake Harris. Quickly up court to Bryant. Drives the lane, has it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Tampa ball.
I think he wanted a foul on that, and I agree with him. But I'll tell you one thing.
Ball did go out. It'll be Tampa ball. They're at 7:38. This is the under 8 timeout. We'll take a break. Tampa down 22-14.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
7:38 to go, first half. North Georgia, the Nighthawks lead the Tampa Spartans 22-14. Jack Ike along with DeCarlo DeVoe. We've got a busy day tomorrow as we've got a women's game at 3, men's game at 7. Tampa will be playing Flagler. As I mentioned, Flagler beat Eckerd earlier on this same court. Harris to the corner. That's Brown. Shot clock to 8. Pass inside to Willis. Turn around. Left-hander up and in.
That's what he wanted to do on that last attempt that he had down there. He made sure he got it in this time.
And a nice jump out on the pick. Does it give the ball to Tim? No, it's a jump ball, possession arrow to the Nighthawks.
Yeah, UT just needs to increase their defensive intensity. They're there, but just increase the intensity. And I'll tell you this, I'd like to see Jonathan Bryant, as I was saying earlier, use his athleticism, get into passing lanes, go get a steal and rock the rim down on the other end. You know, get your team hyped up. He has the ability to do so, and I love watching him do so.
There's the turnover on force as Champion tried to push it inside. Just missed Billups. Tampa gets the ball. Backcourt pressure from North Georgia.
Right. I tell you this, I'm happy to see that North Georgia, they're actually...
I think this is a shot clock, did not start. It was showing 30, about 3 or 4 seconds into the play. They do take it down to 26. We'll inbound it there.
North Georgia is almost equal to UT in turnovers.
Yeah, they're catching up. Well, Tampa had 6 in the first 7.5 minutes. They have 8 now.
But
almost.
The crucial stat is the points off the turnovers.
White from deep. Doesn't go. North Georgia back the other way.
Good block by Bryant. That's using that athleticism I just spoke about.
Harris goes inside to Brown. Back out, back in. Brown, long, off the rim.
I'd like to see him put a little more pressure on the defense.
Oh, and the one coming up on the drive by White. A.J. White with the layup. And he'll go to the line.
Right now, we're playing at the University of North Georgia tempo right now. And usually whoever is able to control the tempo of the game comes out the victor. So UT is going to have to, make a few adjustments and push the tempo towards the Spartans' style of play.
DeAndre Harvey and Tyson Lato back in for Tampa. Jonathan Bryant and Jesse White sitting down. Free throw's good. 3-point play. Back to a 9-point game. Bryant Brown in the backcourt finds Harvey. Again, full court. Lato gets it across the timeline. Harris inside to Lato and a reach by Champion. That's his first foul. Fourth now on North Georgia. Not many fouls called, just 6 to this point. Harris, Harvey, free throw line, jumper rolls it in.
Good execution.
Harvey's first basket to go with a free throw. Handoff, A.J. White bounces it into Frank Champion, lays it in. Frank Champion now with 8. Top scorer on both sides.
He's pretty active, pretty agile, pretty athletic, but
yeah, he averages 18. Oh, that will not look good. Harvey a little bit out of control down the lane. I think he was waiting for contact,
right.
And the contact
never
exited stage left.
That was a stop and pop opportunity for Harvey in the lane, but he has to push that defender up over the pick so that they can recover. Right, better play this time on the pick and roll by UT.
Air ball. Spartans with the ball. Harvey. Lato with 3. Too strong. Long 3 by White. Good. A.J. White now with 6.
And UT is facing their biggest deficit of the game so far, down 12.
They had it down 6, but back to 12 now. And a foul. It's going to be on White. His first.
Luckily, there was a foul call on that, but UT has to realize that the high pick and roll is being trapped.
Yes.
Every time by North Florida.
As soon as they
right, you need a safety valve for a quick release.
Yep. And I don't think he even got across half court. They trapped him just before that. Stopped his dribble. Jesse White back in with 4:11 to play in the half. Pass inside to Willis. Little jump hook, won't go. Lato fights for it. Willis fights for it. That might be Tampa ball. It is.
North Florida looks like they're in like a 3-2 zone.
It kind of looks like it, but then they stick to their man on the passing. This will be the under 4 timeout. 30-18. North Georgia on top of Tampa will step out on TampaSpartans.tv. .355 left first half. 30-18. North Georgia leads Tampa. Tampa scored the first basket on the first possession, then gave up 15 straight points to fall behind. Got it down to 6, back up to 12 now. Spartans have Harris, Willis, Lato, White, and Harvey on the court. And Harvey was going to get the ball kicked up into the seats. And we'll inbound again. Jake Harris almost in the corner. Somebody needs to break. They toss it into Harvey.
Inside
Lato.
the yard and inside.
Shot clock to 8 now. 5. Harvey with a 3. Off the rim, no good. Cleared at the other end by White.
Right, UT is very perimeter on their offensive attack right now.
Bouncing it inside, taken away by Willis. White across the timeline. Looking to drive, gets it out to Willis. Lato. Harvey. White for three. Won't go. Lato with a big rebound.
Nice
Harris
pass.
inside. Lato lays it up and
Nice
in.
pass.
Jake Harris with the assist. Nighthawks, that's Champion up top. Give and go to White, kicks it back out. Looking at a three on the way, and Smith knocks it down. 13-point lead. Willis guarded up top. Lato, three on the way. Strong off rebound. Willis, and he lays it up and in.
Johnny on the spot. Now, one thing UT has to do, or undo rather, they need to make University of North Georgia suffer some discomfort. Right now, they're super comfortable. They're almost playing like they're at home.
Inside move by Billups. Bump fake, puts it up and in. Back to a 13-point lead.
Right, they're controlling the whole game right now.
White to Lato. Lato drives, puts the head down, loses the ball out of bounds. It will be Tampa ball.
Wow, luckily, if the North Georgia player, A.J. White, had looked up, he didn't even have to dribble. All he had to do was toss it into the front court, and he had a teammate wide open, no one within 10 feet.
1:30 left in the half. Tampa with the ball. Shot clock resets to 20. Willis.
I'd like to see UT get this to a single-digit lead before the half.
Willis up top. Finds Harvey. Shot clock to 5. Pass into Lato. Bumped out of the way, and he should be going to the line.
Got a score right here. And into the gym and just taking a seat is Larry Marfiz, the great AD who makes this athletic program here at the University of Tampa run.
Lato, wide right. Is that a Norwood or was he wide left?
No, that's that was wide right.
It was wide right.
Talking about Norwood, Buffalo plays
Buffalo.
the Dolphins tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down the middle. Lead is 12. A little more than a minute to go. White guarding Smith. Top of the key. White for three. He has been hitting those. Actually, it's only his second. I thought he had more than that.
Yeah, I thought that was his third.
It must have hit a couple inside the arc. He does have 9 points.
And UT, more importantly, UT is down 15.
Harvey from deep, no good. And they don't have to shoot, but they're hustling it down court. They don't have to shoot before the half ends. 21 seconds in the half.
I don't know if that was a good shot by Harvey, considering the situation. And that's part of the point guard play, being a bit more cerebral in your attack.
Got to get Coach Evans off the court there. He's about 3 feet on.
Yeah, it's like they have 6 players on the court.
Fadeaway jumper at the buzzer. And it'll give North Georgia a 40 to 23 halftime lead. 17 points biggest of the half. And we will step out. We'll come back just before the start of the second half, get you updated on the stats. For now, North Georgia 40, Tampa 23 on TampaSpartans.tv.
There is something electrifying about a vibrant community of learning. Providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. At UT, education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain the remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support. There is something electrifying about a vibrant community of learning. Providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. At UT, education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain a remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize
Want to apologize for the audio delay there. Back in action, 55-44. Spartans have cut it to 11. Harris drives the baseline, dishes to Willis, lost the ball though.
Harris should have went up with that.
So again, sorry about the audio problem there. Got it fixed. We're underway. 7:30 left in the game. Spartans have taken a and is that a goaltend or a, yeah, oh boy, that wasn't above the rim though. Unless they said it hit the backboard first. This is the under 8 timeout, 7:26 to go. We'll take a timeout too. Spartans down 13, 7:26 to play.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
57-44, Tampa down 13 with 7:26 left in the game against the North Georgia Nighthawks. Tampa had it down to 10, 54-44 a few seconds ago, but a 3. Put it back up to 13. Jesse White looking at the trap to Harvey.
Push it up, push it up.
Crosses the line. White to the corner. Jonathan Bryant, 3 on the way. No. Rebound Roach. We come the other way. Roach. Shedenhelm, turn around, and banking it in is Champion, and a foul on Willis. Champion, 20 points now, 8 of 10 from the floor, and 4 of 4 shooting from the free throw line. 4 of 5 from the free throw line.
Game against us.
He averages 18, so he just exceeded his average. Missed the free throw. Harvey. Lead back to 15. Bouncing it inside to Willis. Cutting. Blocked. 10 on the shot clock. Harvey drives the lane to Willis. Gets the ball back. Little left-handed turnaround, no good. Just left it a little short. Billups, Champion, slam dunk. They're 7-1 on the year, and they're certainly showing that they're a talented basketball team.
Yeah, well coached, and they're executing very well, playing with good energy.
And Coach Schmidt calls a timeout. We'll keep it here. Just going to look up the schedule for the Nighthawks, other than they play again tomorrow against Eckerd, and they will be the hands full for Eckerd. They've had some big wins, 77-56, 76-58, 103-81. Close one by 2, then a 14-point win. So they've handled quite a few opponents so far this year. Tampa calling the timeout.
Yeah, they had the lead down to 10. Now they're back down 17.
That's what it was at halftime.
Yep.
Both teams have scored 21 points this half. Again, the Spartans without the services of Micah Brown. just not feeling well. A lot of junk going around the Tampa area.
Yeah, that's definitely a true statement right there, Jack.
Both teams coming back out onto the court. Tampa will inbound. And ref stops play. Richard Schmidt's questioning something. Spartans at a 20-second shot clock. Not sure what he's talking about. Harris again inbounds. Harvey looking to go inside. Drives, fades away, baseline hits.
Good shot.
DeAndre Harvey now with 10. Outside, they go inside to Champion. Oh, and a give and go, and they missed the layup.
Wow.
Roach had a point-blank, uncontested layup. It wouldn't fall.
That's a tough break for North Florida, Georgia, that is, but we got to capitalize on that.
Harris for three. That won't fall. Oh, it does.
It didn't go over the top.
Nope, and it didn't hit the bracket either. It's twice we've seen balls go up to the backboard and stay in play. Harris knocks it down.
And the deficit is only 12.
And that's going to be Tampa ball on the turnover. Couple quick substitutions for North Georgia. Bastignoni in the lineup. And also in the lineup is Roach.
This is the last push that UT is going to make to be able to try to really get back into this game and have a chance at winning.
Bryant looked at a three. Nice little stutter step. Fouled on the way in. He'll go to the line. That's only the third foul this half.
Did they call that on the floor, or is it a
I guess
foul?
Maybe so.
Yes.
Dan Evans having a discussion with the referee.
Yeah, North Georgia
Maybe
wanted it on the floor.
Bryant rolls that one through. Second one for Jonathan. Got them both. Lead is 10, 4:40 to go.
Oh, Harvey is hurt.
Twisted his ankle, hustling back. And I think the referees finally stopped play. DeAndre quickly trying to tie his shoe. Bryant Brown's going to come in. He's limping as he heads off.
I didn't see what happened.
No, something playing defense in the backcourt. Maybe just pivoting. Bethea goes down. He's okay. He's got the ball. Out top. White. Shettenhelm. That one no good. Tip, though, and controlled. Bastignoni.
They just wanted it a bit more. We got to battle more to get that defensive rebound.
So a new shot clock with about 4 minutes to go in the game. Down to 8. You get 20 on a rebound. White, top of the key, drive, scoops, shot clock violation. Tampa got the ball. And
Yep, he did call a foul.
they did get the foul, and that is going to be on Bethea, I believe. It's the under 4 timeout. 3:50 to go in the game. Spartans down 10. We'll be right back.
Pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you, MrEmpanada.com. What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown.
61-51, North Georgia on top of Tampa. 3:50 to go, Tampa with the ball. This is a big possession if they're going to make a run here.
Huge possession.
No backcourt pressure, but probably be ready for the trap. No, they don't even do that. Bryant Brown finds Harris cutting, and it just off his fingertips.
He led him just a little bit too far. Great execution.
Good cut.
On the cut, but the pass was just a little too far for Jacob Harris.
Spartans with backcourt pressure. Quickly inbounds to White. White to Champion, back to White. Takes it across the timeline. Bastianini with the ball. Just content to run the clock down now to 8 on the shot clock. That's Champion. Going to drive the lane. Off the glass. Blocked by Lato. Out of bounds. It'll stay. North Georgia ball. 2 seconds on the shot clock.
This is a big rebound in possession for UT.
White fading away. Rebound. Bryant Brown. Jesse White. Bryant Brown drives the lane, puts a reverse layup and in. Good move by Bryant Brown.
8-point lead. Single digits.
Champion, top of the key. Again, they're just content run it down as much as they can. Now down to 5, lobbing it inside to Champion. Gets it, lays it in. And a quick timeout called. We'll keep it here. Nighthawks call it. 2:24 left in the game. 63-53 Champion. 22 points now. Productive day, 9 of 12 from the floor. Spartans are led by 3 players with 10 points. Jake Harris, DeAndre Harvey, and Yarden Willis. Willis has been very quiet this half. I think his only basket of the half was the big dunk down the lane.
Yeah. tell you this, I mean, I don't want to take any credit away from Champion. He's been playing well, but we can't give up a layup in that situation. Even a foul or a highly contested shot, but we can't give up a point-blank layup.
Well, the Spartans have rallied this half. I know they're down 10 because of good shooting. They're 54% this half, 13 of 24, whereas North Georgia is 34.5% this half, 9 of 26. It was a 17-point halftime lead that ballooned to 21, is at 10 right now. Jake Harris for 3, front of the rim.
He's been short on all his three-point attempts.
Straight on, but short.
Put his legs into it a little more.
Two minutes to go in the game. Lead is 10. Champion, top of the key. Inside, Bastianini lays it in.
Another point-blank layup.
Yep. I take that back. Bastianini. Lato fouled. Bastianini. That's 4 on Frank Champion. If only it was 144 in the first half. Jesse White, step back 3, no good. And foul on White in the backcourt. Billups will inbound. A.J. White has it, guarded by White. Top of the key. Billups. Champion to White. Little mismatch right now. They go into Champion, and there's the mismatch, and it'll be goaltending on Bryant Brown.
Sad thing about that shot, it looked pretty evident that he was going to miss.
Yeah. And Richard Schmidt with a timeout, or a technical. Thought he had a timeout. They teed him up on that one. Probably a game's worth of frustration there. They called goaltending on Brown. Ball was on the way up. May have hit the backboard on the way up. And once it hits the board, you can't block it. White knocks down the free throw. He had 11 at half, now has 14 for the game. Make it 15. He and Champion, the two double-digit scorers. Back to 16. Should be Tampa ball off the goaltend.
Yes, it is.
Spartans inbound, White across the timeline. 1 minute to go in the game. Bryant, top of the key, head down, loses the ball. Gives it to Champion. I should make that Billups, who backs it out. And he traveled. Jonathan Bryant stepped into the passing lane. Billups tried to pull the pass back. Couple subs coming in. Bethea. Also Caden Charles, a freshman. And Colin Turner, a freshman from Birmingham. Getting some playing time late in the game. So the Spartans got it down single digits at one point, but could get no further than that. Harris Tipped away, goes out of bounds, and they say that Tampa hit it. 29.4, shot clock's dark. Spartans down 16. Tampa's going to fall to 2-8. North Georgia will up its record to 8-1. Both teams will play tomorrow. Different opponents, though. Tampa will play Flagler at 7. North Georgia will play Eckerd at 5. Before that, a couple women's games. Richard Smith, Dan Evans shaking hands. Ball game's over. Recap of the scoring for North Georgia. White with 15. Bethea with 3. Bastianini, 2. Roach had 4. Champion leading all scores with 24. Shedenhelm with 5. Smith with 9. And Billups with 7. North Georgia shot 50.9% from the floor, 38% from 3, and 70% from the free throw line. On the other end, Jake Harris with 10. DeAndre Harvey with 10. And Yarden Willis with 10. 3 top scorers for Tampa. Jonathan Bryant with 6. Tyson Lato with 9. Jesse White with 5. And Bryant Brown with 3. Spartans shot 44.9% for the game. Just 15.8 from 3, though. 3 of 19. And 75% from the line. Rebounding totals for the day. Tampa with 26. North Georgia with 27. So we'll get ready for another game tomorrow. Women's game at 3, men's game at 7. Hope you can join us on TampaSpartans.tv. Until then, everybody, take care. See you tomorrow at 3 on TampaSpartans.tv.